Hey guys, Nate back here with a quick knowledge drop. Today, what I want to talk to you about is training through an injury or training with an injury. This is kind of a follow-on to what I posted about earlier this week, where I talked about the feeling that, hey, this will just go away. It hurts a little bit. It's going to get better. I don't have to work on it, right? So now what we're going to talk about is, hey, I'm starting to get treatment. I'm starting to feel better, but hey, I still want to train. I still want to push myself. Maybe I've got a competition coming up. Maybe I've got a goal that I'm close to reaching, or maybe you just don't want to backslide in your progress. So one of the big things that we do in athletic training and sports medicine is we fix the problem. I know it's a crazy idea, right? But as we fix the problem, you're going to start to feel like you can do more and more and more. And you might not realize till after the fact that you went a little bit too hard. So one of the big mantras I want you to remember as you're training through an injury, right, is you can always do more tomorrow. But if you do too much today, it's going to set you back. So having a nice linear progression or taking some intentional days off in between strainful events will actually help to progress that injury more quickly to get you back. Now, I've had a lot of people that'll come in and be like, Nate, it didn't hurt to do it. It didn't hurt to do it. Well, they go back and hit that exercise a second time that week or hit that movement again and like, it came right back. What's going on? So my first question to you is going to be, are you doing the homework? Are you doing the home exercise program that I give you in order to help you get better? If you are, that's great. That's what we want to do. There's going to be some aches and some pains throughout rehab. The big thing that I want to know about those aches and pains is, are they gradually getting better? Is your baseline improving every day or every couple of days you're noticing an improvement? I've had people with back issues. They're like, all of a sudden I was bending over to pick up my shoes like there was nothing going on. And I was like, dang, I must be getting better. It's those little things that I want you to pay attention to. Because if we're working and things aren't getting better, then we either need to A, change our approach, or B, be more intentful with the rehab and the exercises, the interventions at home. Okay. The second big thing that we're going to look at as we're training through an injury is, what is our exercise selection? So, say it hurts to do a back squat. Well, does it hurt to do a front squat? Does it hurt to do a goblet squat? What if we put you on a belt squat? So, those are three or four quick ideas to where we can still train the general movement, because to some extent, a squat is a squat is a squat. If we get that same kind of hip hinge, knee bend, up, down motion, we're able to continue to train that movement pattern and improve it. Now, what we do is we're going to start with the most similar exercise, right? So say on a clean, it really hurts to get to here, but you need to work on jerks. Well, why don't we take the jerk off the blocks or off the rack? So that way you don't have to clean it every time and cause that pain or cause that kind of setback and soreness. All right. So that's the second thing, is exercise selection that I want to look at. The next thing I want to look at is, what are you doing in between our treatment plans and in between your workouts? So that home exercise plan, that therapy that I give you to do on your own, whether it's rolling, stretching, stability work, those alternate exercises, okay? Are you sticking to those? That's the most important thing in order to help you progress. Because if I see you even 3 times a week, that's 4 other days that you could potentially be stagnant or getting worse versus continuing to progress that recovery of injury. Okay, so that's a big thing. Now, the final concept that I want to talk about is I kind of like to think of it as a band-aid, right? The concept of a band-aid is that we're covering up an injury, we're making it feel better for a little bit, so that way you can do more activity. Okay, if you have a competition coming up, if you have a goal like that you're trying to reach for, a race, a lift, a game, you have to realize that if you continue to train hard and do the things that cause the injury, that injury is going to kind of continue to persist and to persist, and we might just be getting you through those training sessions. We might just be getting you to that competition. Once we put that band-aid on, you go out, you do that overhead press with your shoulder injury, or you do that squat with your knee injury, right? We get you through that training session. We're going to have to do rehab to try to fix you again, right? Which sounds kind of backwards, and I don't like that approach. But what I do like to do is keep you on your track to get to where you want to go. Now, after that competition is done, that's when we need to really dial back on the things that bother it and really go hard into the treatment and into the rehab. Okay. So there's kind of two approaches there. If you have a goal, if you're time bound, if you have to do something, we're going to put band-aids on. We're going to make sure you stay mobile. It's going to be a lot more intense treatment and home exercise program. But if you aren't training up for that certain thing, that one day, that one race, then what we're going to do is pull everything back so that way you can truly heal. Versus with the competition, we're going to be focusing on keeping you active and then fixing the problem at the end. If you guys have questions, if you're training through pain, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you. I'm going to answer your questions. All right. Y'all have a great weekend.